to show respect to the audience and respect your own business. It was a way to protect it.
And I'm Kayfabe Avenue, and I'm Kayfabe Focus.
And I'm Aew.
It's Kayfabe Avenue. Ladies and gentlemen, heels and faces, casual wrestling fans, and all you smart marks. I'm Kayfabe AJ.
And I'm Kayfabe Focus.
And I'm Aew.
And this is Kayfabe Avenue, and tonight we bring you the AEW Dynamite review. We got a bunch to unpack. It was a good episode, but before we, start off with Dynamite, let's kind of rewind. We got a couple dark results to run down. So
episodes.
With the new episode of Dark Elevation, we have Ethan Page defeating 5 from the Dark Order. We got Ryu Mizunami defeating Layla Hirsch.
Oh man.
Yeah, I would have went with Layla on that one.
Yeah.
Cassidy defeats Ryan Namath.
Okay.
Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs defeat Royce Isaacs and Jarrell Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
We got Danny Limelight defeating Baron Black. Thank the Lord.
That's your favorite wrestler?
Oh, hell no. Big Swole and Red Velvet defeating Leva Bates and Maddie Renkowski. We got the Varsity Blondes defeating Fuego del Sol and Jake St. Patrick. Max Caster defeating Ryzen. Tay Conti defeating Ray Lynn. Lee Johnson defeats Adam Priest. And they had a Rising Star Spotlight featuring Red Velvet, who's been on a roll recently.
Good for her.
Moving on to Tuesday night with the regular. Is this the
regular Dark?
AEW Darker? Or like
it's one of them. It's another one. Well, that's what I thought. That like you could tell they building these new stars, and they getting these people on a roll.
I mean, so, they needed another show just to showcase more people, but I feel like they should have made it a more serious show. It shouldn't have been another Dark. It should have been another Dynamite.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So we have this. Let me see. I could have to skip that because I can't see it. JD Drake defeating Fuego del Sol, who
come on,
lost again twice this week, both Darks. John Silva and Alex Reynolds defeat Chaos Project. QT Marshall defeats Sean Dean. We got Cesar Bononi defeating John Skyler. I think this was the match that had that crazy botch. No. That was the one that he was facing.
That was last week.
Actually. Yeah, that was last week's Dark.
But it was definitely Cesar Bononi that did that crazy shit.
Yeah, it was him versus I think
Luchasaurus.
Yeah.
So we had Dante Martin defeating Jack Evans. We had the Bunny defeating Jasmine Allure. Ashley Vox defeating Alex Garcia. Penelope Ford defeating Miranda Alizé. SCU defeats Jarrell Nelson and Royce Isaacs. The Gun Club defeats Adam Priest, Jake St. Patrick, and Baron Black.
Your favorite?
Sonny Kiss and Joey Janela defeats Vary Morales and Seth Gargis. Dark Order defeats Charlie Bravo, Brick Aldridge, and Dean Alexander. And Nick Camarado defeats Aaron Solo. Nick Camarado and Aaron Solo defeat Angel Fashion and D3.
So Charlie Bravo recently joined the Nightmare Family. So that y'all know.
Ain't he from Impact or something?
Man, I don't know.
At this point, if they aren't from Impact, they're from NWA or
they're from somewhere.
Random indie in the parentheses.
Word.
So with that being said, let's move on to the rank system.
Crash.
Let's go.
All right. So last week it was a little hard to call from last week. So let's see if there's any crazy changes. So we got Kenny Omega, of course, and Darby Allin, the champions. Kenny Omega 2-0 and Darby Allin 3-0. I will mention it week in and week out. These two titles share the same rank system, which makes no sense. But let's move on. We have Pac, who's injured, 3-0, and
He's
at number
still
1.
injured? Damn.
Yeah, they replaced him this week on Dynamite because he's injured. So 3-0, singles division, number 1, and he just formed a tag team with Ray Phoenix, and he's number 1
Yeah,
contenders,
that's what I'm saying.
tag team titles. So that makes perfect sense, I guess, that he's the top of the division when it comes to the AEW title and
Yeah.
the TNT title.
Yeah,
That
since
doesn't make any fucking sense.
He gonna get all of them.
Yeah, since his return, because of the traveling problems due to the pandemic and stuff, he's really been putting in a lot of work and he's been putting on great matches. So I'm not tripping
He,
too much.
he's a workhorse.
But to be the number 1 in singles ranked divisions when you just joined the tag team division,
I mean,
and you wasn't
okay.
even on the show this week.
yeah, that's the only thing that's confusing me now, because if that's the case, then Hangman should
Was
be
on any Dark this week. You wasn't on no show last week.
so I think Hangman should be number 1, but
So
I'm
how
not.
are you number 1?
It
All right.
should go.
So we got Hangman Page at 3-0. That makes sense for me. Him being at least that high on the rankings. Cody Rhodes 4-1. John Moxley 3-1, and we got Ray Phoenix number 5 at 5-2. So
That triangle's on a roll.
Yeah.
I mean, are they even Death Triangle anymore?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. We got the women's rank system. We got, of course, Hikaru Shida 2-0. Not many matches from Hikaru Shida being champion. We got Tay Conti, who's been earning her fucking spot.
Been doing her
8-2.
She's been doing her thing. She's been winning a lot of matches. I've been watching her, and she's slowly been climbing up the rankings. And I want to see it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad. Like, we're gonna get to it later,
We'll
but
definitely see more of Tay Conti on the show.
yeah,
We got Red Velvet 5-0. That makes
she's
sense. She's
another
been
one.
having a lot of burn.
Yep.
Nyla Rose 5-1. Ryu Mizunami 5-1. And Dr. Britt Baker coming off of that crazy match last week, 4-1.
Yeah.
I think the women's division makes the most sense so far.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Tag team division, Matt and Nick Jackson, the Elite. 2-0. We got SCU
Oh wow,
8-0.
actually looks pretty good.
I'm just gonna say SCU number 1 asterisk because I'm still not letting them live that shit down. They lost in the tag team Royal Rumble pretty much. We had Jurassic Express 4-0, Dark Order 4-0. That's a good time. We need to see that match soon. FTR 2-0, Death Triangle 1-0. Okay, so
I just want to say that's bullshit.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of tag teams that definitely Bear Country should have been on this.
Yep.
They definitely had more matches recently, and they definitely had a match last week. Pac again is injured. So how are these guys ranking together on the tag team division?
You can even take
But then they're holding 2 spots on the singles division. So what is it? Are these guys tagging or are they singles division? And then there's no one on the roster that has enough wins to get on this rank system with Pac out of action. Come on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say the women's rank system makes a lot of sense this week. Tag team division, not so much to me with Pac and
That's
Phoenix
true.
on there.
At least the Dark Order's on.
Yeah, like the Dark Order definitely deserve it. Alex Reynolds and John Silver. I'm not tripping. The last 2 to me look like you can move those out and put Bear Country in somewhere, especially FTR. FTR just formed a new group. We're gonna talk about that later too, but they haven't really been having no matches where they winning right now.
Well, They haven't had a lot of consistent matches, and the last big match they had was a three on three. So
Yeah,
that's a
so
whole nother rank. That's a trios rank. So
but
which
yeah,
they don't share. So that was the AEW rank system for the week. Any last thoughts on any of these ranks?
This shit was trash.
it was a 5.
It definitely was. It's a straight 5 forever.
Besides the women division, everything there's a whole bunch of shit y'all could improve. Definitely.
Yeah. Especially with all these darks happening, like they have to get more on on point when it comes to this rank system.
Yeah.
Can't keep adding these shows and then it's gonna get convoluted. You're gonna lose track of everything that's happening and not really make it reflect the right way. Now, if this is strictly dynamite rank, okay, but and even then, that shit doesn't even make sense
Yeah.
because a lot of it is dark building up and boosting these guys for these wins. So I don't know. They need to do better.
They
So let's
definitely
get
do.
on to this dynamite. And the opener is this title eliminator match.
Kenny Olivier.
Kenny Olivier can't get away from eliminator matches. Like how many more like he's had like this tournament going on forever.
Yo,
Right.
you
How
know what
many
I
of them
think it is?
came out of this eliminator tournament?
You know what I think it is? I think that any match that he's not defending the title is going to be considered a title eliminator match.
Just stupid. Just stupid. So Kenny Omega versus Matt Sydal.
Because what is he? What did they actually eliminate them from competing for the title?
Nah, it wasn't a title. It was for
No, this
for
is
contendership.
so the story behind this was that I guess he was supposed to be in the eliminator match, the eliminator tournament. I
Yeah,
think he
something
was
like
replaced last second because of injury or because of something that happened to
But
him.
this is like his third eliminator match that he's facing after that.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
him.
But this was supposed to be a
Pentagon
number
got
one
replaced
contender,
by
though,
Ray.
right?
Huh?
This wasn't a number one contender match. Like if he wins,
If
he
he
gets
won, he would have got a
a shot at it.
shot at it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, like that's the only stimulation I remember from her. I don't know what y'all talking about. Like,
That's
Yeah,
whatever.
if Matt Sydal would have won this one, then he would have definitely got a shot at Kenny Omega's title. But that wasn't the case.
Olivier.
Kenny
yeah,
Omega ends up pulling off the win, and I'm
yo,
surprised that
fuck
this was
the match
not
though.
the fact that this was a great match because that's not surprising. The fact that it was clean,
Yeah,
no interference from Don Callis, no
yep,
interference from the what are they? The Bullet Club, the Elite, like what? They're just a hand gesture.
yeah, but
So
They're the band.
this was a straight up one-on-one head-to-head match.
this was
It
fire.
was a couple of points where we saw Matt Sydal look like he could have won or
Yeah,
had like close fake pins,
oh,
fake
yeah,
finishes and stuff like that. Like it was a really good match. I would say arguably if there wasn't this other match in my mind on this card, it wasn't so good. This would have been match of the night.
yeah,
Match of the
But
midnight.
yeah, this was a dynamite that was a great rebound over the past couple of weeks.
yeah,
Personally, and I know you guys feel the same way. We've been covering the past couple of weeks. Dynamite's been on a kind of a decline as far as their booking and the storylines that they got meshing together, and it's been
Straight
dragging Dynamite
fives.
down. This was a rebound Dynamite.
yeah. And this was
I
definitely
have
like,
if I have complaints on this Dynamite, God honest truth, they're nitpicks.
yeah,
This was a really good episode, top to bottom. But yeah, Kenny
yeah.
Omega
I
pulls off
give the
the
match
win.
8. Yeah, I give the match an 8. You know what
I
I mean?
agree. I give the match an 8
So
too.
the force finishes was fire. Like that's all I gotta say about it. The force finishes was dope.
Yeah, so Kenny ends up hitting him with a V trigger, then puts him on the turnbuckle, ends up putting him into one winged angel for the win. So good match.
Yo,
Kenny,
but what about that Meteora that Matt Sydal tried to do that Kenny Olivier caught him and then just powerbombed him into the turnbuckle?
I'm telling
that
you,
crazy.
That shit hurt. That shit
there
had
was
to
a
hurt.
lot of shit. There was a lot of stuff in this match. Like he made Mike Sydal look like a contender, and for
Yeah.
the first time, I will say it. This was the first real shades of the cleaner.
Real shades of the
Came out
cleaner.
with the leather jacket. Didn't have the stupid bullshit cleaner sweeper chicks. Didn't
Yes, he
have.
did.
I didn't see that.
They were in the beginning. I seen
And
it.
he had
Oh,
he had the girls come out.
well,
He did
that
the
was
whole
quick.
extra intro before the intro. He did the whole thing.
He
I
did the
didn't
whole
see
shit.
this.
It
Well,
took like 5 minutes.
maybe I caught it a little of a couple minutes late or a minute late.
He did the double intro.
I caught it when he came in. He had the leather jacket on, the pose with the fireworks. It was quick. It was to the point. Like I didn't feel like he dragged this shit on like usual. It wasn't as cheesy to me.
Nah, but this was
I
a
missed
good.
the sweet.
They had like 15 minutes too. Like they gave these guys time to get busy, and they were hitting their spots. A lot of forced finishes. I liked it. It definitely was. It was fire.
This was a good match, and
Good opener, great opener.
I would say Kenny Omega personally, he definitely got a lot of points. Back in my eyes, as far as his character goes. And this was like just one of the good reasons why. We'll get more back to Kenny Omega later on in the show.
Yeah.
But to move on, we got Dark Order with Adam Page. Pretty much they're hyping up the fact that Adam Page has a matchup next. He hasn't officially joined the Dark Order, but they've been hanging out. They've accepted him as friends. So, have that whole thing. We also got the hype up of John Silver from the Dark Order facing Darby Allin for the TNT Championship at the main event.
Yeah.
We get that hype. And then that leads us to Adam Page versus Caesar Bononi and God Honest Truth. When I first saw this, I'm like, did they give the guy who botched that hard on Dark an opportunity on Dynamite? Obviously, he needs some more work. But for the most part, this was a good match. He held his own. He looked like a typical big guy. But none of those shades of that botching that he did on Dynamite. I don't know. Maybe it was just a miscommunication between him and Luchasaurus. They probably didn't gel right, being two big guys.
Yeah.
So
Possible.
That's definitely possible. So good rebound for Cesar Bononi, but of course, Adam Page is gonna get that win with the buckshot lariat. So quick match. I think I'll give this like a 7.5.
Yeah, I give it like a 7. It was dope. It wasn't nothing too crazy. The guy definitely looked like he improved.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just like a little light minor shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Because
You never know. They probably made him run the ropes like 10,000 times.
you feel me or something. You know what I mean? But he looked way more polished now than before. So
Yeah, I mean, he still needs a little work, but he didn't disappoint as bad as that segment.
he held his own. Yeah, he held his own. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? But I give it a 7.
It was a good thing that they gave him another chance because I probably would have been down on him, in general. But
yeah,
good rebound.
Yeah.
So next up we got Dr. Britt Baker reacting to her lights out unsanctioned match. And if you thought Britt Baker was gonna come out and do the baby face turn and big up the fans and soak in, no, she threw it right back in your face. This is the freaking cheers you give me after what I gave you last week. Like,
I love Britt right now. Like she's doing her best work as a heel. She embraced this character and she's killing it. Her promo game.
She's absolutely destroying everything that she's on.
Like, her promos is fire. It's funny. It's hilarious and serious at the same time. That's
like
why
she's literally making history.
Yeah, like
he said, Tony Khan's here looking for the biggest legends, and it's basically right here is me.
Yeah, like yo, like that's what I love about promos because it's like it's serious but it's funny.
And this is like, also one of the many times we'll see Tony Schiavone interviewing someone else for a change.
Yeah, instead of staying in on every fucking But yeah, I like the promo. The promo was dope. Like, yo, she's on fire, yo.
Give her the title, man.
I fuck with
They need
her.
to- at this point,
Media.
we need to start running with Britt Baker
Yeah,
because she might not be the best in ring that they have to offer.
but she could make
She
the
does
title.
enough in the ring,
She's entertaining.
character wise. Exactly, she's entertaining as fuck.
She could put prestige
So
in that title. Like, she could hold the belt for a long time and have mad women chase her, and she don't even have to do as much in the ring. She could just talk and have everybody tight her,
I
and
agree.
she would have a dope run. You feel me? Like,
I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for
I fuck with Britt Baker. Salute
My
to her.
body's ready.
Fuck her. Salute to
Next
her.
up, we got Dasha Gonzalez catching up with Christian Cage.
Oh my God.
You want to talk about this one, E?
Yeah, I got bars. You know, what I mean? Oh, yo. I yo, Frankie Kazarian, yo, like, that was fire. Like, I like the way he said just enough to keep it personal, but light, like friendship, like his light bars, his light jabs was effective, was very effective. You know what I'm saying? One thing I want to ask y'all fellas was do you think the 6 years or him Christian being in the Rumble is he ready? Like, we still haven't had, like, we've seen Edge, you know what I'm saying, but he never had no
I mean,
series.
if you looked at him in the Rumble, that man looks like he's in probably the best shape he's been in years.
You think so?
Yeah.
Not only that, he wasn't in the Rumble and thrown out quick.
Nah, he lasted for a little good minute.
He didn't do no crazy high spots or nothing like that, but he showed that he still, has something to offer.
Yeah.
He still got it.
Yeah, I think he definitely still got it. I think he's gonna probably give us probably some of the best matches left in his career.
All right.
Not on the shoot. I think it's time for him to stay away from the hardcore aspects, from the
Don't do what Matt did. Yeah.
I think
You know
he
what?
needs
I
to
agree with that.
stick to
Don't
the
do that.
wrestling, stick to the style that he had before he left WWE with Randy Orton. Stick to that style. It was pure wrestling. It was in-ring psychology. We didn't need all the hardcore shit.
Yeah.
No.
That's
So
what I think Matt,
shut him up.
fucked up at. I
But
think that's where Matt fucked up at. Like, he came back and he wanted to do so much shit because he wasn't able to do it in WWE. They let him a pit bull off the leash, and the shit crashed on him. And I did. You know what? I agree. I hope Christian doesn't come back and be on that type of time. You know,
yeah,
I
I
hope.
think he needs to pretty much big up his promos and just the in-ring psychology and teach these guys really how to put on a match. Because if you watch the Randy Orton special that they had Stone Cold
Yeah,
with Randy,
yeah.
one of the things they mentioned was Randy Orton's series with Christian.
Hmm.
And Randy Orton being a 14-time champion, all that shit, and even Stone Cold being who he is, said Christian in the ring and psychologically, and as far as knowing how to put a match together, is one of the best in the game.
Yeah.
So that's what he needs to stick to, teaching these guys how to put a match together while maintaining the rules and the in-ring psychology and knowing how to tell a story. Because I think, if anything, outside of the elite and the obvious stars, undeniable stars of the brand, a lot of the young dudes fail in the in-ring storytelling, the in-ring psychology of it all, and they forget the rules.
That's a fact.
I agree.
So, as far as this promo goes, Christian was getting interviewed. Kazarian comes up to him and says, "Your shirt says I'll work everybody, but when are you gonna actually put in the work?" They mentioned their history. That they had a couple matches, and long story short, Christian challenges him next week. So we'll see Christian versus Kazarian next week on Dynamite.
But I'm
looking forward to that.
Yeah, and I like this new attitude by Frankie. Like, this is going, like, I like the direction he's going, because he looked like he could play the good asshole role and be a pain in the ass and do his thing. So I like this shit right here.
I'm ready for Frankie and Christopher Daniels to split. I'm ready for the SU to not be a thing anymore. Not honest truth. I think Christopher Daniels, I think himself is ready to just be a backstage
Train
producer
Producer.
or be a, just an on-screen personality to help other people. But it's time for SCU to finally do their thing. You
Yeah.
know, we'll
Time
we'll
to
get
look
more,
into the
we'll get more
sunset.
about SCU and their direction when we touch on Scorpio Sky in a little bit. But we next up we had the AEW trios match, FTR and Sean Spears from the Pinnacle versus Varsity Blondes and Dante Martin. So this was a match. So I think the presence of FTR and that group alone, like they're probably one of the top groups already in the
Yeah.
entire AEW.
Already?
I think already just off the package that they got, FTR being one of the greatest tag teams they have. Period.
Yeah.
Like send the hate mail to EA on that one if you debating that.
They-
I still feel Sean Spears looks out of place though, and this match didn't help me feel any different on that note.
I just want to see him back on TV. I know he could put on a great match when it's time to come, but
I mean, he's back on TV now. He
I
had
know.
this match, and the Pinnacle's only been on.
I'm not
They've been together 2 weeks now.
I think so.
Yeah.
they've been
Something like
together for like
that.
2 weeks.
Hasn't been too long.
Yeah, because last week Dynamite they switched the sign and took over.
Yeah.
It's been about 2 weeks. This is the third week. But yeah, we have a great match between the
This was
teams.
so match too.
FTR and Sean Spears pick up the win. Then the Pinnacle attacks, and they pretty much beat everybody up, throw them out, and then pick on Brian Pillman and whoop his ass, and then punk his partner
Yeah.
into just standing outside while they whooped his ass and then threw him out the ring. Then Tony Schiavone ends up interviewing the Pinnacle. So poor Varsity Blondes.
No
But
respect.
yeah,
Son,
no respect. But the promo was good. After the match itself, I'll probably give it maybe a 7. It was really just to showcase the Pinnacle, and
yeah, as a new dominant
I don't feel
force,
like it really did anything for the Varsity Blondes. It was pretty
Well,
much
I honestly I feel like Varsity Bonds, they've been winning here and there on Dark and everything, and it's like I feel like they should be on the ranking system, but it's like there's something that Tony Khan doesn't see in them to make them go there, and that's why they're getting treated like this.
they both young. That's the only thing I could think of. They're still young and still need a little bit of work. They
They
still
probably
don't
need
really know what
personality.
they are in the gimmick.
They probably need personality. They probably need to cut that one fire promo where don't fuck with us, whip your ass, something like that.
If you think Garrison is
Like,
going to
period.
become Stone Cold, he needs to start showing that shades of it now.
They need to cut that one fire promo, catch a body real quick, go out there and start proving with like 2-3 matches, and then the position will be available for them. I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They just need to cut that one promo. They haven't really shown no personality. We just know them for who they are. You know what I'm saying? It's not. They haven't really done anything else besides that.
Yeah. So as far as the promo after the match, typical stuff, talking down in a
Yeah.
circle. A great promo from both members of FTR, cutting on Santana Ortiz. Then we had MJF. Of course, we don't even have to mention how good his promos be. But he cuts one on Chris Jericho, tells him, "I thought you'd come down trying to break the walls down." And it's had me good little pot shot reference to WWE, but that one wasn't so bad. I actually enjoyed that one. But good promo, still hyping the Pinnacle. They look strong. I
Yeah.
want to see a little bit more from Spears though. I'm still not sold on him being
That's
a
what I'm
part
saying. I'm still giving him a chance because I know of a good in-ring worker he is. So I know he could put in a classic when it's time. I just hope
Yeah, he has put very good matches on Dark, but I don't know. It's just that something just doesn't really showcase him, and he needs to find that thing that's gonna put him over the edge.
we're gonna see now. I hope this gives him a chance to figure it out. But I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm not going to shit on him yet. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it real.
All right, so
Fuck with Sean Spears. You know what I mean?
this segment led to a couple series of promos. The next one was a backstage promo between Team Taz, and they're trying to fake the funk like the team is good. Um, Taz starts talking about how Brian Cage apologized. Brian Cage obviously doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
This was confusing. I think this was like the only cringe
He asks,
promo of the night.
it's cringe because I don't want to see Team Taz split.
Yeah, but
you know what?
It's a dumb way they approaching it though.
If Brian Cage wants to be the one that's outed out the group, I'm fine with that because you know what? Brian Cage kind of sucks on the promo.
Yeah.
So it's like you're gonna go do that. All right, we'll focus on Will Hobbs.
But
I don't know.
Ricky.
I just think it's a dumb way.
Starks facts.
I think it but Ricky got promo. I fuck with Ricky. Like Ricky's good on the mic. I just think that is they just approaching it a dumb way. If they're gonna break up, like
shouldn't break up.
But this is a stupid
FTW champion.
This is a stupid reason why, or even causing friction. Shit is mad stupid.
I don't know. I think I don't even know why they're trying to do another friction. We just had the Inner Circle have that.
We don't need no friction right now.
We don't need that storyline rebounding with any friction between teams right now. But Brian Cage, obviously not knowing what the fuck he's talking about, still, I guess went along with Taz, and they all, trying to fake the funk. Like after last week, Brian Cage bigging up Sting, that they're all still okay. So, the next one was QT Marshall.
Yo,
finally QT, finally.
Yeah, get your shit off because I know that's exactly what you were saying.
Because it's like, how do you go this long without fucking having this promo? After spitting Dustin, after throwing the Gun Club out, after seeing them get beat down and not helping, walking out on them. Now you have this promo. They should have whipped your ass a long time ago. You spit me, you cost our team, you turn your back on. There's no reason for you to be on our stable no more. I don't give a fuck how cool we are.
Yeah.
No reason. You just violated everybody because you're feeling away instead of speaking about it. But I did like his promo. I did like his motivation. Pretty much saying he does everything for Cody. He's Cody's friend. And although he is Cody's friend, that's not the reason he's out here. He's earned his spot. Shows his wife in the crowd, which was a good add to this promo, and says, while Cody gets to go home to his wife, I'm here doing Dynamite and Dark and all these other shows, and my wife got an empty bed at night.
Yeah.
Like, I want a match with Cody, friend versus friend, and I want to prove that I belong here. I'm tired of getting fed these bullshit matches on Dark that has no meaning. I agreed. I enjoyed his promo. I'm finally on board. The shit that I didn't like, Cody comes out and he's all like, yeah, we're friends. And I'll give you the match. Yeah, but he's in a sling. So doesn't even mention the sling. I don't know why he's even has it. There's no mention of it.
No mention of him injured.
There's no mention of it at all.
Ever getting injured? Where he got injured?
So he got a sling, but he's giving him a match next week, and then
he got injured last week during the Pentagon match. Remember?
But you're good enough in a sling to give him a match next week. But okay, whatever. That's
superhuman. He got the stem thing in his neck.
Even if that's not a lapse in logic, your next lapse in logic will be you give him the match, but you also tell him, if I put you in the crossroads, I'm not gonna hit it. If I'm in a position to pin you, I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, like what are you talking about?
What the fuck are we gonna actually see?
This is what made it cringe too. I like
it's gonna be a huggy match at All Friends Wrestling.
We're gonna see Kevin Nash do the Polka Doom.
I felt like QT was the highlight of the promo, and like Cody killed it.
Cody killed it for him.
He made it like mad cringe. Like
I won't take points away from the segment so much because QT finally
did great.
What he can do and where he can go with it, you know?
I feel like QT's been really been improving ever since he's been on Sammy's vlog. Like he's been able to tweak his character here and there, and he
Show the
can see
asshole
from
right.
fans. He can see from fans like what's working and what's not. And right now, it's really translating well on Dynamite.
Yeah,
I respect this. Yo, salute the QT. You know what I mean? But come on, Cody. Come on. Yo, shout out finally on Anderson. Got something to do because you got to be the referee of the match.
That match
About
been banned
time.
so much from us.
About time on Anderson. Got to do something.
And he's gonna be the guest referee between them. So it's like, what are we gonna
ref.
see? I feel like Cody's gonna set him up probably to get beat up by Dustin and the rest of them.
Of
Oh,
course.
That makes sense.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
You got Arn, your coach, as the special guest, and your Armin is in a sling, and you told him you're not gonna pin him. So I don't know. Before we move on to the rest of the show, let's take a quick break. So our sponsors, the people who help us keep the lights on, keep this case moving, and we'll be right back after these messages. And we're back. We left off with QT Marshall finally stepping up to the plate, cutting a really good promo. Got himself over with Kayfabe Avenue this week.
Yeah, I liked it. It was definitely a great showing by him.
So next up we got the AEW trios match, another trios. The Young Bucks and Brandon Cutler versus Laredo Kid and the Lucha Brothers. Match of the night.
Spot Mania.
Hands down, easily match of the night.
Spot Mania. It's like, yo, I gotta say this. Because I think I texted you when we was while we was in the middle of it. The Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks, their chemistry that they have in the ring is ridiculous. Like I when it comes to like tag team wrestling, the last time I seen this type of good high energy chemistry was the New Day and the Uso brothers. Like they when they go back and forth, they already know their spots. They take all the bumps, they take all the shots. They know each other's shit. It's like they and they always deliver. Like every time they face off with each other, it doesn't matter if it's a 3, a 2-man, whatever. When them fours in the ring, it's incredible shit, yo. Like I don't know what more I could say. Like
they fought each other so many times just in the existence of AEW alone.
Yeah, and then imagine and the independents, because we know them. They went to Hog and they wrestled each other there, all over the world. You know what I mean? Japan, and it's like it never ceases to amaze me every time they go in there and they fucking kill it, bro. Like their chemistry is ridiculous.
I mean, at this point, with the way Pentagon has been and the way Ray Phoenix has been on the road, like I kind of expected no less. And on top of that, I even give it to Brandon Cutler. Your man.
He really went in this match.
Yeah, he kept up with them. You know what I mean?
To the outside.
Because I thought he was the one that was going to be the oddball out, but at the end of the day, he kept up with them. He was there hitting the spots too, and all types of shit. So salute Brandon Cutler, yo. Shout out him.
Brandon Cutler is the reason to lose, which I don't even mind, because Brandon Cutler never really gets this spotlight at all. This is the first matchup that he's actually had teaming with the Bucks, I believe.
Yeah.
So this is a good look for Brandon Cutler. He kept up. I agree. This was a 9 for me.
Yeah, this was like a 9 for me too. This was ridiculous.
It was a good showcase of Laredo Kid too. For people who don't remember him, he actually was in Fight for the Fallen last year and had some interactions with Kenny Omega and the Bucks. And speaking of that, after the match, Kenny Omega comes out, starts beating up on Laredo Kid, starts beating up on the Lucha Brothers, and pretty much starts getting into the face of the Bucks, telling them, this is your last chance. Throw up the Bullet Club sign, like join me. What I did like about the promo,
me or you against me.
Pretty much, if you're with me or you against me. But what I liked about the promo, he told the Bucks, 2 years ago when I had that, when I chose to leave my home, leave the people I love, Kota Ibushi, leave the promotion and the fans that I love, that love me and I love back. I didn't choose AEW. I didn't choose New York, the greener pastures of New York
Yeah.
was the key words he said, which everybody who follows wrestling means WWE.
WWE.
He said, I chose you guys. I chose to follow you guys. I didn't choose AEW, none of these promotions. I choose to follow you guys. And since we've been here, I don't agree with everything Don Callis says, but he's right about you guys. You guys are not the elite anymore. Like when it comes to choose me, you guys don't. And you know what? It's true. When the Young Bucks were having this, I think I might be bad phase.
Yeah.
Did they not pull Kenny into that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Then Kenny was like, you know what, Bucks? You fucking right. Joined Don Callis and told the Bucks that night, you coming with me? And
Let's go.
they've been on the fence this whole fucking time. So Kenny's actually right. This is the first point of the storyline with the Bucks and the dissension of the Bucks and Kenny. This is the first time that I enjoyed it
Yeah.
in
That's
this
starting,
entire
it's starting to
time.
make sense. It's starting to make sense.
So, big ups to Dynamite this week, to AEW this week. The booking was on par. I will shit on you guys every week when it's horrible, but I will always big you up when you do a great job. I know how to be critical and keep bias checked. And I gotta say, AEW improved. I was really happy with this entire show.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Especially this segment. This segment stole the whole night. From the match into the ending with this going on with Kenny and Omega. Shout out the Lucha Bros. That super kick. That shit
Oh yeah,
looked it.
so the Bucks ended up, leaving him hanging.
Yeah,
Talk
yo.
to him. They wanted to talk to him backstage, left him
And he
hanging.
kept going off with his
No, the
bars.
Lucha Brothers actually they hit that spike DDT assisted with
The
put
Spike Power Driver.
Yeah,
spike
but
power driver, and then I think Laredo Kid or Ray Phoenix, like missile drop kick on top, and they did it like
Yeah.
move
yeah,
together. That should actually bust Kenny Omega open.
yeah,
He
his
had a
mouth.
busted lip after that. He
Yeah.
probably bit down when he dropped.
So
Probably.
that great segment. This was a 9 all around, including the
Yeah,
promo,
definitely love the
everything.
promo, love the match.
And the aftermath.
Yeah, this was the highlight of the night. You know what I mean?
So next up, we got a good promo. This time from Jade Cargill, and I'm liking Jade. She's talking
Yeah,
about the upcoming match between her and Red Velvet. They finally getting that 1-on-1. Um, both showcasing the fact that they've been undefeated. They undefeated in singles competition. Um, Jade Cargill ends with just know when you messing with me. I'm remember that I'm that bitch. I like her so far.
I like. Yeah,
I like the fire.
I like the promo. I like the promo. I'm starting to see why Brandy picked her. She's impressive. She talks good. She looks good, and she can wrestle. And we're gonna see how far it goes. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that.
It looks like it's gonna go pretty far.
Yeah, like I think they're gonna push her to the moon. She's looking good. You know what
Got
I
the
mean?
look so far. The promos is not bad.
Yeah, like she got great
So
promo.
you
You know,
know I can't complain.
it's
Next,
definitely
we got
above
a
average.
preview. We got a preview of the next episode of Ms. and Mrs. I mean, Cody and Brandy's new show.
They got a
Uh,
reality show. That's dope. Should salute
Rose
to that.
to the top. I like it though. It looks interesting. It looks like we're gonna finally get some kind of behind the scenes view week in and week out of AEW through the
Yeah,
eyes of Cody and Brandy. So that's fire.
yeah, that's dope.
This is a good show, and it's pretty much mirroring what Ms. and Mrs. is.
Yeah,
So definitely interested on in that on the AEW and everybody loves Brandy and Cody. So uh,
yeah, that's dope though. Salute to that. That was a good business move.
yeah, it definitely was.
I'm
Um,
not tripping.
After that, we got Eddie Kingston, John Moxley cutting a promo. They addressing the tag team division. So I missed that. So you want to elaborate on what happened there?
Nah, it was a good promo. You know what I'm saying? It seems like Eddie Kingston is not done. He's ready to continue. John Moxley being John Moxley, yo, I'm ready to get my rematch ever again for the belt. Like he's not done with Kenny. And yo, these two when they on top of their game, they go off. You know what I'm saying? When
Oh yeah, they definitely do.
like both of them, they like two of the top next to MJF. Like those are like the top three promos right now. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta throw Cody Rhodes in that mix.
So Cody Rhodes up in there too. You know what I'm saying?
So let's move on from there. We got Tay Conti versus Nyla Rose, which you know what
This was a dope
might
match.
be another contender. Like
This was a dope match, low key. Like
I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna front. This is a 10.
On
just
paper,
Tay Conti in the match.
on paper, it doesn't look like it would be a dope match, but it came out way better than I expected.
That was fire. It was fire.
Luther Tay, yo, she been low key been getting these wins, but she's been putting on
this win. She got this win over Nyla Rose. I was shocked.
Yeah,
but
her matches has been very good. Like she's been putting above average matches. It's not has been no squashes. Like she's taking
no, definitely not.
I like the fact that they're finally starting to position more women who could talk.
Yeah.
Or have that it factor or personality about them that can possibly carry the title after the Sheeta drops. So I do like that. Tay Conti, I do see a future with her. Yeah. This was a great match. I give this one an 8.
Yeah, I give this an 8 too. This was a dope match, great back and forth. Nyla Rose was dominating in the beginning, and then Taya, the build up afterwards was fire. So you know what I mean. I liked it. It was definitely a great match. Good storytelling too.
Yeah. So after Tay Conti wins, we got Vicky Guerrero trying to hold her leg, which leads to Nyla Rose attacking her after the match.
Yeah.
And then leads to Hikaru Shida coming out. And the only cringe moment of this segment was the fact that Nyla Rose had Tay Conti in the setup for the powerbomb for like 2 whole minutes before Shida actually got in the ring to hit her with the kendo stick. So it was like, yo, you're literally waiting for her to get hit. Like you're phoning this shit in. If she's taking too long, just do a little light lift of Tay. You don't got to bring her all the way up, but we can tell you're waiting. So a
little off timing, but not too crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So we end up getting that interaction, and then we get the bunny coming out and pretty much taking the candlestick and hitting everybody with it.
Yeah.
Putting the whole women's division, I guess, on point. Matt Hardy comes out and says his client has been overlooked. That's gonna stop today. And the bunny's pretty much staking her claim in the women's division. So that was a good start for that.
Yeah,
I guess.
And I also see that, like, I'm glad that Tay, it looked like they're gonna start building the Tay between Taya and
Cheetah.
Yeah, and Sheeta right now. Because now she's defending her. Eventually it looked like it's gonna be a tag match later. Like and you know what I mean? Just forth thinking.
That's usually how they do it.
You know what I'm saying? So it looked like, and I'm glad that they at least pushing the bunny into the middle of the story.
Yeah.
So finally,
next up we got the promo hype for the Arcade Anarchy match that's gonna happen next week between the bestest of friends and Miro and Kip Sabian. So I just want to get through the story.
Yo, but Orange Cassidy's still the GOAT.
Possible.
Yo, he's hilarious.
I still like Orange, but
he's hilarious, man.
My problem with this is mostly I want to see Miro do anything else than this.
The story's trash. The story's trash.
I want to see Miro break Orange Cassidy's arm or something.
What I want to see is Miro lose because of Kip Sabian, and then he gets so enraged he puts him through every arcade game that's out there and stops being a second to Kip Sabian, who's never been a first.
Yeah, so
but next up we got Scorpio Sky cutting a good promo too.
This was dope.
Talking about his recent
change burned too. It's time for him to get burned too. I fuck with Sky. Like where he been?
he won the Face of the Revolution match. He's got a couple wins on Dark, and he also just mentioned that he has a upcoming match on the next episode of Elevation, which is Dark Light. So
I mean,
we're gonna see him there.
Let's get Scott going too, man. It's time for him the ball to get rolling with him too. What you
I
about?
mean, it's been a long time coming. Like this is like somebody who should have had a singles title a long time ago. This is somebody that you could have literally based a whole division on for months at a time, because all he does is just go out and give you consistent great matches. And
Yeah.
I don't know why they never gave him the title or anything. Is like it just baffles me why
They
they wouldn't.
broke him up from the SCU months ago, bro.
Yeah.
It could easily be a year already, and we don't even realize.
Well,
Easily
now
be a year he's been split up from SCU.
it's time now. It's time to stop. He got to get out of catering. You know what I
His
mean?
time is now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, but
right.
that's pretty much what he was trying to say in this promo. Like, this is not a change in character. This is just a side you
Yeah.
haven't seen yet. So
No more catering no
looking
more,
forward,
Sky. Let's
looking forward
go.
to
Let's
that.
go. It's showtime.
So we're finally at the end. We're at the main event of the evening. We have John Silver from the Dark Order
Uh,
facing the TNT champion, Darby Allin. And what can we say?
yo, yo, John Silver, yo. John,
He's
Great
great.
match. Great match.
yo, John Silver.
They
Is,
delivered
Easily
one
an
thousand
eight
percent.
and a half in my mind.
yo,
Easily off
he's
the top.
like he's like a little pit bull, yo. Like pain in the ass, but you scared the because when he bites, he fucks you up. Yo, he was throwing
Yo,
Darby
he
around
was
like
he was really hitting Darby too.
yeah, a lot of stiff shots, low key. Like I peeped a lot, but he was throwing him around like yo, John Silver, man,
Like
MVP.
a rag doll.
He's MVP right now for the Dark Order. Like
That's what
he
he
could
is.
continue, like keep pushing him, man. Like you know what I mean. He's a great pickup. You know what I mean. He never gonna replace Brody Lee, but he's the great replacement right now as the leader of the Dark Order. Like the fans,
I mean,
we
he's
all.
not the leader. Negative
Nah,
one is the leader.
all right, so it is what it is then. But you know what I mean. Like yo,
The and what they call that? The honorary leader,
who
whatever. Um, John Silver.
John.
Oh
Nah,
yeah.
He's like the honorary leader. People know
yeah,
he's the real leader, but you know.
nobody want to say it, but they all know. Like
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing. Where do we get to a point where we stop trying to big up Brody Lee so much and we try to move on to the next phase of the Dark Order? Because this match would happen because it's a shout out to Brody Lee.
I mean, I wouldn't say that we moving on. Brody Lee, he's a stamp.
No, I'm saying, when do we actually move on?
Nah,
And
we never gonna move
For like
on.
a couple years.
When AEW makes the Hall of Fame, he's the first round ballot. He turned that whole fucking stable around. You know what I'm saying? When they first came out, they were dull. We was interested, but they wasn't really a good heel. And he gave
But if
them
you think about
personality.
it,
I mean,
like,
Character. He got us to all be interested in each one individually. We love 10 now as an individual person. We love John Silver as an individual. Like, yo,
I credit him for turning around Dark Order, but I can't credit him for making us like every individual. Because these guys was doing their thing on BTE, showing their personality with or without Brody Lee on camera. Not every week. There was a long stretch
I
before
mean, yeah,
Brody
but
Lee died that Brody wasn't even on BTEs,
yep.
that's
and
that's
he was
true.
still active.
But
Not
that
only
was
that,
after Brody got
I
there, though.
think Brody's being bigged up because he was such a good person in real life,
Yeah,
more so than the work. Because yeah, he came in, he made an impact, he helped change the Dark Order around, but his in ring was just starting.
yeah, he didn't
He
really
had
get.
that awesome classic with Cody, but what else is there really to reference in
Yeah,
AEW?
he didn't really get
Not much.
many.
So my thing is, when do we already tributed him? You know, we're never gonna forget Brody Lee, and this is
Yeah,
not a disrespect to Brody Lee. Rest in peace. He was a great man, but I think it's time we stop trying to tribute and we move to the next phase. We get Dark Order serious.
I
You're
don't.
light order right now.
I don't
If
think they're
Brody
gonna.
Lee was alive, he would have went to the back and he would have threw papers at every single one of those guys because ever since he's been gone, they've been soft.
Yep.
I'm. I agree with you, and I disagree as well. Like I don't think they ever gonna stop the tributes. They're gonna do the light little subs in between the matches and shit like that forever. As long as the Dark Order is together, all of them. You know what I mean? I think Anna Jay before she had injury, she did something for Brody too. You know what I mean? Fucking Lance Archer dressed like him. You know what I mean? The old Luke
Yeah.
Harper costume. It's never gonna stop, yo. He's officially a stamp for AEW. You know what I'm saying? And it's just as far as the stable now, I could agree. This is where I agree with you at. They do need to at least thrive into something else. But I'm glad it's going in the direction with John Silver as the front man now, because he's actually the one that all of us
Puts
that
in
he
the
got
work.
the biggest yeah, and he got the biggest connection with the audience, and
He has
especially
the charisma.
you know what I'm saying? He has the person exactly. He got the charisma and the personality. So I see that they starting to slowly drift into that direction, which I do like. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think they ever gonna stop with the Brody Lee references and the subs
Probably not.
and the petty bull. None of them, they not.
I just want them to get to refocus. They're the biggest
I,
group. They're the
I,
biggest
I agree.
stable,
I agree with you
biggest
on that.
stable in AEW.
I agree with you on
Why
that.
not one of them has a title or not really been in contention until really now that Darby gave him a shot.
But the match was fire though. Like,
And it
yo,
wasn't because
It really was fire.
John Silva has been tearing it up. John Silva has been, you know, all over AEW and BTE. No, it was in tribute to Brody Lee. Pick
yeah,
any one of you guys. So that I needed to get more serious for them. I need them to focus. I need them to either hunt for those tag team titles. You got multiple tag teams within that one group.
yeah,
Hunt
facts.
for that TNT title. Do something. Hangman's there. Make him a real solidified member, and get some gold in that
Pick up
stable.
Tay too, yo. Pick up Tay Conti. She look like she's the runner up that
He's
might,
honorary black
but
black
she might. She look
Dark
like she
Order.
might take the women's title from Sheeta. She looking better than a lot of the other challengers I seen before.
Yeah.
Not even Big Swole. The only one that I think was close was Nyla Rose and Thunder Rosa. Those were the only two
Yeah.
that really was fire matches in Sheeta's whole run. So Taves right now is looking like she's on fire, and she might be the one to take it. So they might as well put her under the wing too, to have that as another notch. You know what I mean?
So throughout this match, we had like little teasers of Dark Order supporting Silva. We had Sting come out and try to like
Dang.
act
It's
like he was gonna close off Dark Order from interfering and anything like that. But the match ended with Darby Allin, of course, picking up the win. But it ended with them showing respect to each other, and that's pretty much how Dynamite closed for tonight. So,
yeah.
what do you think about the match as far as the rating? What do you think about the overall show? What do you rate the show as a
No,
whole?
I thought the match was a 9. Like this was another one knock out the park.
Yep.
Yeah, they had like 3 top matches. They had the women's match, they had the tag match, and then this one right here. Like these 3 match. Oh, and the fucking Omega and Matt Sydal. Like they knocked out the park.
Yeah, this was a
Right?
jam packed good episode. The matches
Like
were great, promos.
all the matches was fire. All of them. I can't complain.
The only knock the only knock, and like I said earlier, it's really a nitpick at this point because it was such a really good episode. But
Yeah, definitely.
Cody kind of brought down QT's promo a little bit. So with that being
Just a
said, I
little
give
bit.
this episode a 9 overall.
Yeah, I give
Yeah, I
it a
definitely would give it a 9.
I give it
It
a
was a
9
great episode.
all throughout. The only thing that was the down was when Cody came out looking soft.
Yeah.
All right. So
Fire, you know what I mean?
with that being said, we could do this all day.
All day.
Where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at E.A. That's at EDOTA. I'm also in the Facebook group, Kayfabe Avenue Facebook group. Like, share, subscribe. YouTube, Apple, Anchor. You already know we everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Send the hate mail over here. I answer all of that. I'm the petty God. I'm petty. I don't give a fuck if you just say my breath stink. I'm gonna answer. You know what I mean? Just all the hate mail, all the hate mail, all the hate mail. Where we can find you brothers at?
You can find me on Instagram, Kayfabe_focus, and everywhere else that EA is talking about.
Everywhere else. You know what I mean? Everywhere else.
All right.
Adrian, what's up?
With that being said, you can find me and us collectively at Kayfabe Avenue on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. Join the conversation. Like, share, subscribe to our YouTube. Speaking of subscribe, click that support link on Anchor, on Apple Podcasts, wherever our podcast is provided. We're on all streaming platforms. So check us out at Kayfabe Ave. Help us keep the lights on. Help us keep this Kayfabe Avenue train moving. This has been Kayfabe Avenue. I've been Kayfabe AJ. There's been
Yeah.
A and Kayfabe Focus. There's been the AEW Dynamite Wrap Up, Dark Results, and rankings rating system. So with that being said, Kenny
Shout out to Bella.
finally started to have Shades of the Cleaner this week. So take us home.
Salute Kenny.
All right.
Good.